How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the Cosmic Ray channel. I'm your host, Cosmic Ray. Tonight, I want to talk about story time with Cosmic Ray. And in the traditional sense, with story time with Cosmic Ray, basically these are stories. These are stories where they're true to me. Not necessarily saying that like these aren't like in a dream, because a lot of the stories I do talk about are dream-like. And they do come to me in dreams. And, some say that dreams are closer to reality, in the real sense than what real reality is. And I, I did a video just the other day that depicted about sometimes when you're at the very end of the video, I mentioned how in the dream, sometimes, or when you're dreaming, you get these dreams from other like entities, or even what I call them sometimes the reptilians or other alien-like beings kind of send us stuff. The candles right now are flickering as my higher self. I'm channeling my higher self, as well as there's other entities and like that's around. So they kind of confirm my truths. And there's no window open. There is no there's no AC on. It's cold where I'm at, so there's no AC. And I definitely feel them around. And so let me just kind of just go in a little about the story time, right? So just like all story times with Cosmic Ray, one day, when I was making a video, I'm talking about what happens in a dream and summoning somewhat darker type of energy. I go to sleep, and what ends up happening is I end up having two dreams definitely melted into one. One where I somewhat kind of die, but then get woken back up into another dream. Anyways, so I'm driving in like an SUV-ish type of automobile, and I didn't want to hit something. So as I started to like let go of the situation, I see myself about to hit this curb and hit the side railing down like a slight mountainside type of. I'm talking over here because I don't want to make it look like to you guys that I'm like blowing on the candles or doing anything to shake the candles. As you can tell, how it goes really still, and it flickers. Well, in this dream, I was driving, and I had about like 40 seconds to make a decision. Now, in reality, for the dream, it's probably more like 5 or 4 seconds. But in my mind, in the dream, I felt like I had a long time to decipher or which decision I wanted to do. Do I want to just say F it and just like get into this accident, if you will, or no and save myself? When there's 40 seconds of time, it was weird because it was more like F it. Why, this is a good dream, so why do I care? So I ended up, how do I say it? I just said F it. I had the opportunity to not care, jump this curb, hit the side railing, slowly start down the mountain. Now, if you played any type of video games or any type of like, where you had like some avatar-ish type of character where you're able to control the vehicle and you start driving on certain different types of all terrains or different type of terrains, I guess. One being a mountain. So in my dream state, I was like, oh, I've driven on these before. So I slightly almost took my hand on the wheel, gained control for a second to drive on the side of the mountain. As I hit the railing, started going down the mountainside, it wasn't like I flew off, like going 70 miles an hour or anything like that. Like I almost hit and then I started almost landing right on the mountainside. And then of course I'm hitting trees. So the car, as I start to somewhat gain control, of course I lose control because I'm on the side of the mountain. The car starts flipping and starts falling down, right? And I'm kind of seeing myself die. This is just in the dream. Now, some people are like, oh, well, you can't see yourself die because that's when you wake up. that didn't happen in my dream, unfortunately. So, BS on that. What also happened was I literally woke up at a different point in the dream, maybe about 3, 4 times. Now, sometimes you can go back to sleep and kind of somewhat what I like to call finish the dream. Sometimes I always, like when I was younger, I felt like I always had to finish my dream. If it was in a bad state when I woke up, I had to finish it where I was like, say, example, if there was like a murderer or something trying to get me, I would have to like do something to the murderer, or I have to like be the hero somehow, right? To finish my dream, to kind of happy, the very end, right, kind of thing. Well, in this dream, like, or when I actually really woke up, I ended up forcing myself to go back to sleep. And when I tried, sometimes you sit there for a while, you're like, oh, I can't go to sleep. I immediately went to sleep. It was weird. I normally don't do that. So I was able to go to sleep really quick. And for like a good another hour and a half, I felt deep in this dream. Like this happened like 3, 4 times where I was able to get up, go back to sleep, and kind of like finish part of the dream. Now the stream was very weird because even that night when I did the video and started talking about the dark things, I was watching like I think it was Halloween. So I started, Halloween, Hallows Eve kind of thing. So I started watching like crazy things, um, like movies. Now you would think in the subconscious you would start, maybe dreaming about something you saw, right, in the movies. That didn't happen. I started dreaming about like I was like in a house, confusing, not like the Winchester house, but something confusing as that where there's like, every room there's like a door, like, or there's many windows that's like represents 13 or something in there, and one room leads to a door leads to outside. It was a dream where I was in a house, and I don't know how I got into this house. I thought like I was like applying in this dream. It was like I was applying for like a job or something. Then I get stuck from between there in a house where I was trying to find some woman. This woman I'd never seen before, and didn't mean anything to me. It wasn't like a love of my life, or it wasn't like my wife or anyone no one I knew. And I was trying to find this person. Then I ended up getting to like a part of the house that had a bunch of little girls in there that had a bunch of dolls. Nothing big, it wasn't anything bad, but they were like, who are you? Who are you? And I kept trying to running away from them, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like tripping, over here. So I tried to escape from that. That wasn't working. Um, Part of this dream and part of right now, I am like tripping right now because I'm just feeling like as if things are happening right now, and while I'm recording this, while this is going on in this time I'm talking about my dream. In this dream, I ended up having some just random states of awareness that I would knew I was in a dream. Part of it felt like I'd been here before, a little bit of deja vu, a little bit of, synchronistic moments. These are all in my dream, mind you. I've had deja vu, you had deja vu, I've had synchronistic moments, you had synchronistic moments. I don't usually get this in the dream. It's just dream, it's just a dream, right? But I start having this stuff in my dreams. Or I'm starting to see the stuff that I had in my reality manifest in my dreams, which is okay because subconsciously that stuff happens. But nothing like where this kind of spiritualness, if you will, comes into play. And it kind of freaked me out because I felt like I'd been here before in this house, wherever this dream was taking place. I felt like I was running away from certain things that I was running away from before. And I realized in this dream, I dreamt about this dream before. I dreamt like that I'd been in this type of dream before, and it was crazy. Normally, if I dreamt about something, it feels like a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago, subconsciously it was there. But I haven't dreamt about this kind of dream for like a long time. And this is one of those moments where and now my cows are flickering very much. And I feel like I was being fed this dream. I feel like I was being fed this dream. And it really freaked me out, just like I'm being freaked out right now. This is the first time obviously I'm not talking as like an actual person, but talking to the collective, to my cosmic surfers, to all out there, viewing this, which I do thank you for. It's just one of these moments where I didn't. When I woke up from my dream, in reality, I went straight to work. I immediately had to go. I normally wake up a good many hours so I can do yoga, meditate, maybe do a workout, do other things before I go to work. I had to, let's just say I had ample time to go to work on a normal time frame. But this was one of those moments where like I fell asleep around like maybe 2 o'clock, and I woke up many different times, mind you, but I did go to sleep. And remember when I was telling you guys before that sometimes when you have coffee, it kind of messes with your mind. It kind of keeps your brain awake while your body's asleep. That did happen. So I think that kind of messed with my head just a little bit. But with that being said, still, I knew this was like I was being fed this type of dream. I felt like this being. Oh, sorry, I just shook the table. I felt like I was being fed this dream, and even though I've had this dream before, it's like how would an entity know? Like I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if I can hear certain things on the camera or not, but I just felt, I heard something. I heard something weird. I don't know if it was the candle. But I don't see anything. So if I was talking over the candle, you could see when that stuff happens. But I'm kind of over here. I'm away from the candle, and I have nothing blowing on the candle itself. Anyways, I don't know. This is just something that I just felt that I wanted to talk about. Something to share. I know this is not anything crazy with, something, with like a monster or demon or anything that would come up. However, after everything that I was talking about in videos before, using dark energy and kicking out dark entities out, I felt that this is one of those things where when I was trying to tell about balance and how certain things happen where like it's okay for them or other entities to kind of utilize some energies, if you will, into play. And it's like they know their limitations, but they're still able to use this nature of energy, this balance of negative to positive or light to dark. Some of it is dark, as in when I was saying that it's not necessarily evil, but there are energies out there that are. There are entities that are. And it's just when you start to, when I say entity, it doesn't mean like demonic, it doesn't necessarily mean like ghosts and goblins and ghouls and whatnot, but I'm talking about entities because we may call them something else, but they're really other things. Some people feel they're extraterrestrial because they're not here. Some people call them, the internet or dimensional vibrational outline people. Some may call them other things. Some may call them the reptilians. They're in different, like disguises, if you will, and they're like invisible, like at times, chameleon wise. So, yeah. I feel there are energies out there that like to, they feed off our energy. They're positive energy, good energy, sexual energy, anger energy, hate. They feed off all that. It reminds me, I'm getting this feeling right now, like the whole Star Wars, like, let the hate flow through you kind of thing. It's like they feed off of it. They love it. It's like their own way of sustenance. So, anyways, I just wanted to kind of just share that with you as well as this dream, how even myself will get this kind of stuff that happens to me too. So if this happens to you, that's okay. Just know it's a dream, as well, or at least that's what you want to tell yourself. So so cosmic surfers out there, I just want to say thank you, and I value you, in this collective, and just want to say thank you for your time and your patience. And I do want to share my love with you, and just to say thank you very much for all that you do every day, every moment that you wake up, when if you go to work or you don't go to work, from the time that you're breathing, the time consciously awake, until when you go to sleep. Thank you. Every action you're doing is a positive cause into this reality. So thank you for everything. And from myself, Cosmic Ray, to these flickering candles, Just want to say good night and hope everyone had a safe and happy Halloween.